All right, Kwab, we are less than a week away from NBA basketball, but give it up.
Finally. No, you know what? I'm not even gonna clap because I know what you're gonna say,
What?
and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say
What?
what. Sorry. Okay. Let's clap it up.
Yeah, yeah. Even
Don't
if you're
say it.
driving,
Damn it!
even if you are driving,
Please don't clap
clap
while
it
you're
up.
driving. Please
Clap
don't clap while
it
you're
up.
driving.
The season's less than a week away. Kwabber, we're going to hit you with our over-unders for every team. This is
Every
the Eastern
team.
Conference edition. Let's get straight into it, Kwab. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, Atlantic Division, the Celtics, 41.5. Last year, they were 61-21. This is a gap year, however, for the Boston Celtics. At 41.5, they're basically saying, do you think the Boston Celtics are going to finish above 500? And I'm very confident. I'm taking the over in this, man. I know that they're missing Jason Tatum. I know this is a gap year, but there's a lot of talent on this team. Just because you lose Tatum, Horford, and Porzingis doesn't mean you don't have Jaylen Brown still. You still got Derek White. Anthony Simons can score the basketball. This team can still shoot the three. I still think they're good defensively. I think they're going to be okay in the sense where they're going to be very competitive every night. Joe Mazzulla is a freaking psychopath. Does this team finish above 500? I'm very comfortable in saying yes.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable saying that. I agree with you. Joe Mazzulla made the media's scrimmage the coaches. That's the type of cycle that's coaching the team. Sociopath. So I feel like, yes, it is a gap year, but like you said, they do have a lot of talent on the team. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have a sneaky decent year.
All right, moving on to the New York Knicks, 53.5. Last year, they were 51-31. Kwab, as a Knicks fan, I am taking the under.
Wait, that's shocking.
What?
Shocking news.
I'm taking the under.
Breaking
Listen,
news. Josh is doesn't goes with his mind, not his heart.
Yeah, I think, and again, like, when I say under, I don't mean like they're going to win 47 games. I think they'll win like 50, 51, 52 like they were last year. Yeah. I think there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made with this team. You get a new coach. You have a new playing style. You have a new bench. It wouldn't surprise me if the Knicks, A, lose the first night to the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is not me making a built-in excuse. And B, just like, over the first 20 games, maybe they're like 13-7, 12-8, figuring it out. That would not surprise me at all. So, to me, I think this is just giving them a little more, some grace, some room for error. Also, Mike Brown is not Tom Thibodeau. Yep. Tom Thibodeau will leave in the starting five, down 15 with 1:47 left to go in the game. Mike Brown has already said to the media, listen, I'm not going to chase W's like that. We got to be rested for the playoffs. So I do think there are going to be some L's on the schedule that maybe wouldn't have been there last year under Tom Thibodeau. I'm perfectly fine with that. But because of that, I think I'm going under. What about you, Kwab?
I'm going under by like a little bit.
By like
half. Like literally like a half. They're looking at the East, like there's not a lot of good teams in the East. So I just feel like apart from maybe the couple of top teams here and there, the Knicks should have a pretty good record. And you mentioned there's going to be a period of adjustments, but also it feels like they've added more of a bench and a coach that's willing to play a bench, which was a lot of complaints by longtime Knicks fans. So there might be like you said, a period of time where like they take a couple losses here and there, but I still feel like they will be a 50-win team easily, but not like going under by 0.5. It's not that much. So
still
like under by a tiny bit.
By a little bit. All right, moving on to the Toronto Raptors, 39.5. So basically, are they going to be 500, maybe a little below 500? I've toggled back and forth with this, Kwab. I'm going to go the under just because I feel like they are talented, but I feel like they're oddly built. I don't like their starting lineup with Quickly, Barrett, Ingram. Like, it's just a weird Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram. Like, I just don't know how that ball's going to move around. I don't know. It's going to stick in different places. People are going, like, it's just, they're talented. There's talent there, but I think it's an odd fit there in Toronto. They've had injury history. Obviously, you don't want to factor that in too much with over-unders. You want to take the team for what it is at best. To me, to win 40 games is a lot. Now, I did say that I could see them fighting for a play-in, but like in the East, you could have 35 wins and fight for a play-in. So that's what I think the Raptors are going to be this year.
I'm on the other side. I feel like over.
Okay.
I like you said, they are oddly built. I think their starting lineup. Watching them a couple of games, it feels wonky.
Yeah.
But I like the pieces they have, like Adam Brandon Ingram, who's again become like kind of underrated just because of his injury history. If he, like you said, if he can stay healthy, you expect Scotty to keep taking another leap every year. Be a little bit more consistent in whatever role he's, I guess, being sort of like the point forward type. Yeah, what is it? 39.5. I could
Yeah.
see them winning 41, 42 games. I
Okay.
could see that. So I'm on the other side of over.
All right, sounds good. Moving on. Next, we got the Philadelphia 76ers, 42.5. This one's the hardest one for me because if the Sixers are healthy,
Yep.
this is going over.
Yep. Easily.
Joel Embiid played the last preseason game. He looked good. He looked skinnier. But Paul George is gonna miss the season opener.
Yeah.
VJ Edgecombe looks good. They have a lot of guard depth with McCain, Grimes, Maxey. Like they have players. Like this is not the issue with the Sixers. It's, are you going to be healthy? What does that look like? I'm going to go the over. And this is because with the Dime, I have a history of believing in the Sixers. This goes back to like when I first started this podcast. I just cannot just say no to them.
Yep.
42.5 is not a lot of games for a team with that much talent. I'm sorry, it's not. I think they're perfectly capable of winning 45, 46, 47. If they're fully healthy, to me, they're a sleeper team in the East. They could be that good if everything clicks. So I'm going to say over here. I think if you're taking the under, you're just pretty much betting that they're not going to play at full strength.
Yeah. I would have. You see, I'm in the same boat as you, where like I toggle back and forth when it comes to this team, because it is injuries like when it comes to Joel Embiid. But then you see how he looked the last preseason games. Like, yeah, he looks like Joel Embiid. He looks
MVP,
skinnier, like dominant, like
yeah.
like that's the guy that scored like 70 points on Wemby. Like that,
right?
He looked the part. But also they said he's not going to be playing back to backs because of injury. Jared McCain is, I think, dealing with a thumb injury starting the year.
Yep.
With the Sixers, so it comes down, are they going to be healthy? I feel like the 42.5, I want to go over, but by not that much.
Okay.
I feel like they can win 44 games, 45, even push it. Just if Tyrese Maxey keeps taking the steps he's been taking. Like you said, VJ Edgecombe looks like a potential Rookie of the Year candidate. They have size. They like with backup with Andre Drummond. Was it Adam Bona? So they have players. So we'll see what it looks like. But it comes down to, is Joel Embiid healthy?
Right. Just can't quit you. Just can't quit you, Philadelphia. Don't know what it is.
You just can't, man.
All right, next we got the Brooklyn Nets, 19.5. Kwab, I'll let you take it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's gonna be over. It's gonna be over. It's gonna be over. Let's be clear, guys. It's going
but over for the wrong reasons for Kwab.
Over for the wrong reasons.
It's not over because Kwab thinks they're gonna be good.
No, it's not. No, but again, I'm of the belief that this team is gonna struggle. It looks like they're gonna play the rookies, but they have Michael Porter Jr. and Cam Thomas, two bucket getters. Those two are gonna win you some games, even if you want to tank. I'm sorry, it's just gonna happen. Michael Porter had I think the last preseason game had like 33 points or whatever it was. He can't guard me. Like the man he's terrible on defense, but he's an elite shooter, elite scorer. Cam Thomas is an elite scorer. Those two are gonna win you some games. Jordy Fernandez is gonna coach you hard because he doesn't, even though they want to tank, they want to lose, get a high draft pick. Jody coaches too hard to be a tanking coach. So they're probably 19.5 is crazy.
I mean,
19.5 is crazy.
Last year they were 26 and 56.
And they kept trading away people.
Yeah.
To make it happen. So I can see them getting like 20 around the same number, like 20 so games. But that's not 19.5 is crazy.
I'm gonna say under, bro.
That's wild.
I don't think it's wild. They suck. They don't have. First of all, you just called Michael Porter Jr. an elite scorer, which is crazy. That is a wild.
He's an elite shooter. He's an elite shooter.
Sure. Score, no. I don't think anyone.
Okay, yeah. There's a difference. There's a difference. You're right. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Yeah,
he's an elite bucket getter. He's an elite. Yeah.
Okay, maybe. We'll see. I mean, he hasn't he hasn't had the keys, right? Like he was on the team with Jokic and he had to stay in the corner and shoot threes, whatever.
Yep.
With these things, it's like you have Cam Thomas, you have Michael Porter Jr., but then like when injuries happen, when you got to go to the bench, like all teams go through that. Like no one's 100% healthy. You're looking at a franchise that wants draft picks. You drafted you had 4 first rounders. Was it 4 or 5? You had
Five,
you had five first
five first
rounders.
rounders.
You're gonna be playing rookies. You're gonna be trying out different rookies. I don't think there's gonna be any continuity whatsoever. It just feels like, no disrespect to the G League, but a G League team. It feels like a G League team. And to win 20 games as a G League team just seems pretty wild to me. Yes, Cam Thomas will win you a game or two here and there, but I don't think it's going to be to the point where, we look up and the Nets are like 21 and whatever. Like I just can't see it happening.
You're gonna mark those words you said.
All right, we'll come back to this.
You're gonna go back.
We'll come back to this. All right, let's move on. The Cleveland Cavaliers, 56.5. Last year, they were 64-18. I'm going over with this. I'm going way over. I think they have a very similar season to last year. I think on paper, you can say on paper, I think they are the best team in the East right now. I think I'm very comfortable saying that. They have continuity. This team has been together for years now. Kenny Atkinson came in last year and pretty much picked up the pace. A lot of more off-ball movement stuff. Evan Mobley took a step forward. Kenny Atkinson did for the Cavs last year what I hope Mike Brown does for the Knicks this year. We just don't know if Mike Brown's going to do it. I'm very comfortable with saying the Cavs are the best team in the East. I don't want to call them a regular season team, but I do take the regular season serious, and I do think they're more talented than pretty much everyone in the East, aside from the Knicks, and I think they're going to roll to minimum 60 games. I'm very comfortable taking the over here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm comfortable taking the over. I would have took the way over if they kept Ty Jerome. But no,
we need a moment of silence.
Yeah, no, not again. I do like we've talked about their additions the Cavs have made in offseason. Like we like Lonzo Ball.
Love Lonzo
like
Ball.
Just the way he's gonna help off the bench. You talked about in a previous episode we just had, like, you feel like DeAndre Hunter has a chance to be the sixth man of the year. They have a lot of talent on the team, and it feels like this is the year they want to get over the hump in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and there doesn't feel like there's a lot of great teams or good teams in the East. So apart from the Knicks, apart from maybe the Hawks, like, there's not that many teams I look at and I'm like, that's a very, very talented team. So I feel like the Cavs are going to be way, way over when it comes to this.
All right, moving on. The Indiana Pacers, 37.5. Last year, 50-32. Made the NBA Finals, lost in a Game 7, but they are down Tyrese Halliburton. Miles Turner gets traded. TJ McConnell's out to start the year. I'm still going to go over.
Yes.
I'm going to go over with the Pacers.
Yes.
I just think that process matters with a lot of these things, and the Pacers are just an annoying effing team to play against. Like, just so annoying. They're going to press you full court. They still have Nesmith. They still have Nembhard, two of their best defenders. Like, Pascal's still there. Like, there's still talent on the roster, and they're going to find ways to annoy you. They're going to find ways to score the basketball. I don't think they're going to, be as successful in the clutch. I don't think they're going to be as good, obviously, without Tyrese Halliburton. But they're still going to be a competitive team day in, day out. To me, I think this team, if relatively healthy, finishes at least 500. So I'll take the over with this.
I take the over too. I can repeat exactly what you said, and because I agree with that. You said you feel like you're not going to be as clutch without Tyrese Halliburton, right? Yeah, which is because that run he had during the playoffs, insane. But again, they still have Nesmith, who had one of the craziest.
Yeah, but you just don't
games.
put the ball in Nesmith's
You don't
hand.
put the ball in his hands. No, I'm just throwing that out there just for jokes. But
just to give you PTSD.
Of course. I'm not a Knicks fan, and watching that game, I have PTSD. Like, thinking about it, that was crazy. What he did. That was crazy. But to your point again, they have a lot of talent in this team. I love their pace of play, the sets they run, and you said this during the season last year. You made a point of this, of how good defensively the team is and how underrated defensively they are. And I feel like it's not spoken about enough about how good of a defensive team they are, which led them was one of the reasons why they got to the finals. Yeah. So I expect them to be over when it comes to their over and under numbers.
All right, moving on. The Milwaukee Bucks, 43.5. Last year, they were 48-34. Honestly, they kind of bring back the same team. You replace Brook Lopez with Miles Turner. You re-sign a bunch of players. To me, I think this is over. I know you don't have Damian Lillard. I get that. But I do think that it's pretty much the same team. And not that Dame was a minus, but, the Dame Giannis thing didn't really work out there. To me, I don't think Dame was responsible for that many wins with the Milwaukee Bucks. Don't get me wrong. I think they're a better team with Dame probably offensively, but there are other things that I think they can do well without him. I think the Bucks are a sleeper team in the East. You have the best player in the Eastern Conference. To me, as long as they're healthy with the best team in the Eastern Conference, you're going to win more than 43 games, period. Yeah. So I'm very comfortable with this. This is actually probably my favorite over-under bet. I would them and the Cavs, I would take comfortably over.
Like, you wouldn't even hesitate and go over when it comes to the Bucks.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
I saw this and I was like, really? 43.5? 1,000% over.
Yeah, it feels kind of low. It feels kind of low to put that as your number. Yeah, we both kind of have Giannis as like a sleeper pick MVP.
Yeah.
Like coming into this year, just because nobody's really talking about the Bucks, and which is, I know, it's kind of crazy. They still have Giannis. They still have pieces around him. Like you said, replacing Brook Lopez with Miles Turner, it kind of is just it's similar in the sense
Miles is better than him at this point. Brook is, I mean, career-wise, I think you could say Brook was better, but I think Miles is better than him like today. Brook is old.
Brook is a Nets legend, so I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. I refuse. But like you said, they've added like sneaky good pieces around Giannis. So I expect them to be a good team in the East, and so I'm gonna be over also.
Also, most importantly, his brothers are on the team now.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it back
up. You have to hammer that point.
Like they brought the Nassers back. You know what I mean? They signed Kostas to a two-way. It's
Alex.
A family.
They sound Alex.
It's Alex. It's Alex. It is Alex. It's not me.
Yeah.
There's
missing another brother out there. Go get him.
You're missing Ben.
It's like Captain Planet.
See, now I'm gonna go under because they don't have the fourth. See, they're missing
My bad.
No, it's over. It's over.
All right, let's move on to the Detroit Pistons. Last year, 44-38. This over this year is 46 and a half, which would be a 3-game improvement. I am going under, Kwab. Yep. I think this is a team that everybody's hyping up. This is not me being salty by the way they played the Knicks in the first round. I just think a lot of their success was due to veterans such as Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. Like, it wasn't so much the young core that I think they're going to be relying on this year. I know they get Jaden Ivey back. I understand he was having a good year before he went down with an injury, but I still think this team has a lot of growing pains to go through. I think they kind of caught fire last year, caught a vibe. I don't think they're as good as a lot of experts are making them out to be. I think they'll probably make the playoffs or be in the play-in, but I don't think they're that good. I don't see them winning 47 games, so I'm going under.
I'm going under, but I'm going under by like a half. Like, I could see him getting 46 games. I could see him getting 45. I see your point about them losing like the floor spacing of like Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. They made some couple of moves to kind of replace that with Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert. But they're missing Schroeder also, who played big for them throughout the end of the year into the playoffs too. So we've talked about this like off camera and on camera too. I'm just off the belief that getting the chance to play in the playoffs and getting the chance to, as a young player, getting the chance to play winning basketball makes a difference. This team barely won was on the greatest losing streak a couple of years ago.
Great story. I was rooting for them last year up until they faced the Knicks in the playoffs, but it was a nice story. And I love Cade Cunningham. I think he's
and that's what I'm saying. So like, to me, I feel like a lot of the players have seen like what they can do, so they want to take another step. So I believe there's going to be improvement from a lot of the young players, like Cade, like Ron Holland, that they really love. Thompson, the Thompson twin that nobody talks about, that doesn't get as much pop as his brother. He's great defensively. So I feel like they will be they're going to be a little bit better than last year, but I don't think they're going to hit 47 wins. I can see them getting 46. Yeah, I can see them getting 46, 45. So.
Okay. All right, moving on. We got the Chicago Bulls, 33.5. Last year, they were 39-43. I'm going the over here. They weren't one of the best teams in the league last year over the last 25 games, but they were greatly improved. You get Giddey back. I think they have a very fun roster. They're going to be a very fun team to watch. They're going to score a lot of points. I think they're going to give up a lot of points too. 33 seems kind of low to me. I don't think they're going to blow anyone's doors off. I don't think they're going to be a sneaky team to make the playoffs. But I do think, they're going to be in that back end playing maybe at 37, 38 wins. 33 seems kind of low to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can see them getting back to even the number they had last year was what 39 wins. I could see them getting back to that.
Yeah.
They
Quietly 39. I mean, that's not a lot, but
it's not a
they're
lot.
only 4 games below 500. If you talk
You know,
to anyone about the Bulls, they would talk to them about them like they had 22 wins.
yeah, and in the East, you never know. This year, 39 wins might get you in the play-in. So it's a possibility. You as a Bull, if you're a Bulls fan, you hope to see Giddey take another step. Like having the ball in his hands, he had a great year after being on that team, having the ball in
Yeah.
his hands, being the main play initiator. Um, Having Kobe White, who should have won the Most Improved, but that's a whole other thing. But you have Kobe White, you have pieces on that team. So yeah, 30. I could see them even getting 39 wins, maybe 40. I don't know,
Yeah.
but you don't know what's gonna happen with Vooch if he's gonna be on the team for the long term. So that might make a difference in that number. But yeah, I could see them going over.
All right, moving on. The Orlando Magic, 51.5. They were 41-41 last year. That is in large part due to injury. They get Desmond Bane in probably one of the more underrated moves of the summer. I'm still going under, Kwab. I think they're going to be really good. I think they're going to win high 40s, maybe 50-50. Like, if they go under, it's going to be very close. I think this is
Yeah.
going to be close. I just don't see him as like a 52, 53, 54 win team yet. Last year, the Knicks won 51 for reference. I don't think they're better than last year's Knicks team. I do think they're one of the better teams in the East, but I see high 40s, maybe very low 50s for this team. Going 52 is just a little too much for me.
Yeah, yeah, I could see 51-50 when it comes to the Magic. I think a huge factor is how healthy they are. They like you said, they made the moves in the offseason, adding Desmond Bane for shooting. Also adding was it Tyus Jones, which is a great pickup. Is it Tyus Jones? I hope I got that right. If I got that wrong, please let me know. I
In the
believe
comment
it's
section below,
in the comment
subscribe
section below.
for our
You know,
misinformation.
for misinformation. I believe it's Tyus Jones. So yeah, so I feel like they made a lot of moves to kind of shore up the shooting aspect, which was a big red flag when it came on when it comes to that team. You hope that Paulo and Franz stay healthy throughout the course of the year. Like last year, they both had the same weird injury, which kind of affected their how much games they started losing. Also, they also lost Jalen Suggs,
Yeah.
and he was injured. So you hope he's healthy too, because he makes a difference. He was like your engine on the defensive side. So they have a good team on paper, like on the roster on paper. I can see them being a 50-win team, but like just 50.
That's the ceiling. 50.
Like
Yeah.
the 50-51 out. So I'm gonna go under by but not much at all.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think if they go whatever it is over under, I think it's by like a game or two. I think this is right around where they're going to be. All right, next we got the Atlanta Hawks. Last year 40-42. The over under is 46.5. This is going to be weird because I'm talking about them very like highly, but I think it's going to be under in the regular season. They're just not deep enough for me right now. Now, I do think they're a very dangerous playoff team. Like, once they get into the playoffs, I don't think this is a team that you're going to want to see. Obviously, with the additions of Porzingis, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Luke Kennard, I really like what they did in this offseason. I think the Hawks were one of the winners of the offseason, but they don't have a bench, a deep enough bench for me to be a team that wins that many regular season games. I think they're going to lose some games just strictly based off of their rotation, also getting to know each other. Porzingis isn't always healthy. Johnson's still coming back from an injury. There's just little things there with the Hawks where I think regular season-wise, I think they're going to be one of the better teams in the East. Maybe 4, 5, 6 seed, something like that. I think what's going to show up, though, is when it comes playoff time, it's like, okay, the Hawks might be a 5 or 6 team seed, but I don't want to see them. But regular season-wise, I think they're like mid-4. I think they're like 44-38, something like that, 45-37, which is a solid season.
I'm on the other end. I'm over over by a lot.
Okay.
I feel like I really like the roster. So like I'm on the other side of where you at. I really like the roster. Like yes, you have Trae Young. Yes, you added Kristaps, who kind of fits perfectly. But the amount of wings they have with Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, added Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You have Luke Kennard. Forgetting somebody. Like
Rich Shea is going to have another year.
The most forgotten number 1 pick in the freaking
world. He had a good season.
He had a good season. Like Who else what's his name? Vid Krejci, that they play also.
Yeah.
Also, they on with your bigs, they have Onyeka who can play with Kristaps or who can also be a backup. So I really like the roster they have. It feels like this is the year the Hawks don't have to be in the play-in. That's just what it feels like
Yeah, I
they
agree with
should
that.
not be in the play-in.
I agree
Like
with that.
they've been team playing. It's been them, the Bulls, the Hornets have been team playing like for years now. But this
Yeah.
feels like the year they shouldn't be in the play-in. They should be to me, they should be at least a top 4 team in the East.
I think
So
that's stretching it for me. Winning 47 games that's a decent amount of games. 47
that's
is
I mean that's what I'm saying. I'm like, hey, you know me. A lot of times I don't have the best logic. So but I'm over. I'm over on this team.
all
I
right.
feel like this team should be really, really good.
Respect. Next, we got the Miami Heat, 37.5. Last year, they were 37-45. I'm going to go under. To me, they don't really have like, I hate using the word alpha. That's one of my least favorite words in the English dictionary, but they don't have like a number one option. I know you have Bam. I know you have Tyler Hero, but like those aren't players who like you can go to. You get Norman Powell, who I like a lot. This is a team that has a lot of like B and C players to me, which is fine. I think they're going to win games. I think they're going to be tough. I think they're going to be a pain in the ass, but I don't really see them, out talenting anybody. It's going to be a team that's going to have to like beat you with hard work, and with Spoelstra as the coach, they will do that. But again, I think they're going to be around where they were last year, which was 37 wins, which they kind of have it at. I could see him maybe 35, 36, 37. And I've had a lot of overs. Someone has to go under.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I can see them winning like 35. I can also see them winning like 38. Like I feel like they're just around. They're
Yeah.
gonna be around there.
You win 38. You get in as you get the play in as a 9. You get the 8 seed by accident. Then you go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Conference by peak culture. Yeah, the roster. It's a weird roster when you look at it. But you have like you said, you have Tyler Hero, you have Norman Powell, you have Andrew Wiggins, Bam is there. Khalil Ware has looked excellent throughout the preseason. Um,
I'll also say
yeah,
this.
but
Sorry to cut you off. It
go
wouldn't
ahead.
surprise me if they start like cutting like cap and stuff like that for Giannis. I think they really want Giannis. They want to bring a free agent in. And I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you work with the cap or anything like that or what that looks like, but it wouldn't surprise me if they start tanking or just like getting rid of salary and dumping salary or taking on like bad contracts just so they can have more money to sign. I think Jokic is another one they're looking for when his contract's up.
Yeah, I saw that rumor pop up. They said
Yeah.
there would be
Giannis and Jokic are
they'd
trying
be
to
willing to trade Bam in order to get
Yeah, so
a
so
Jokic.
to me they're not in a place where I think they want to be winning.
But I feel like they've never not tried to win. That's the difference between them and a lot of teams.
Okay.
Like they always try to win. So
Heat culture.
Heat culture, you know what it is.
Yeah.
So I feel like they can maybe get 38 wins. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm watching through the middle of the season. It's like, oh, the Heat are one of our solid team again this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they're losing a lot of games. To me it's a weird roster.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we got the Charlotte Hornets. 27.5 wins. They were 19-63 last year. Kwab, do you believe in the culture in Charlotte? Under?
You going under or
I'm
you going
going
over?
I'm
You going under?
By little. I think they're going to be better than they were last year. They had a bunch of players who I think they're trying to change the culture in Charlotte. I think they're going for more high IQ, traditional, and I'm not talking about race here, so don't take it that direction, but more like fundamental basketball, right? Which is weird because LaMelo Ball is your like point guard, and he's like the antithesis of that. But I think there has been like a culture change, or they're trying to signify a culture change. It's some narrative that they were really producing throughout the offseason. Let's be honest. I mean, that's something that they brought up, and I do think they can establish that, but I just don't think they're talented enough to win around 30 games in this league. So I think they'll be better than last year where they won 19 games, but I still think they go under 20, 28 games.
I think with them, it comes down to if LaMelo stays healthy, if Brandon Miller stays healthy. Yeah, they've made different moves in all season. They brought in Colin Sexton. They drafted a lot of different players that, like you said, they want to bring more high IQ, a little more shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it comes down to with the Hornets is that a lot of people don't talk about them when it comes down to their health. Like their roster's always ends up being decimated as the season progresses. So I mean, if they're healthy, I can see them winning way more games than they won last year. But I'm gonna go under, but by not that much.
Yeah, same. I feel the same way. All right, finally, the Washington Wizards, 20.5. Last year, they were 18-64. I'm going to go over. CJ McCollum, Chris Middleton, you got some vets there. You got some young talent in there. I'm not going to sit here and act like I watched Washington Wizards game and could break down the way they play. Like, Alex Sarr seemed to have a decent season last year. I just think that they have enough talent where they can at least get 20 games. I'm with it. You get rid of Jordan Poole, like Kuzma's gone. People are gonna have more opportunity. I think the vibes are different. 20, you can't get 20. You'll get 20.
I think they can get 20 and more. I feel like they can get 20 and more. They have a interesting mix of like really nice young players and also like veterans, vets who are like reliable, consistent vets in Middleton and and CJ McCollum. So like, yeah, that team's gonna get more than 20 wins, man. Yeah. Even if people expect them to be bad, like I feel like this team is gonna win a lot more games than people expect them to, just because they have a lot of talent. I like the young players a lot on that team. Like I like their draft pick. I like Kwab. I like Keyshawn George. I like who's the other?
Alex Sarr.
I like Sarr. Sarr's good. I like they traded for Cam Whitmore.
That's right.
So they have different players on that team. That's like I'm forgetting one more. Bob Carrington. Bob Carrington is one of my favorite players. Like Bob Carrington he's tough. They have a lot of tough young players who are nice. Trey Johnson's a bucket. So we'll see what it looks like as the season progresses.
Yeah, but apparently Trey, I mean, I haven't watched much of him, but Trey's apparently looking really good. So it'd be interesting. It'd be nice that one of these teams surprise us, right? Like, and that's going to do it for the over-unders for the Eastern Conference. But it would be nice if like a Hornets or a Wizards surprised us.
Or Nets. Cool. Come on, say a Nets.
You don't want the Nets. You want lottery picks, so you can pick some European point guard.
I just want them to beat. I just want them to beat the Knicks. That's all. I just want them to beat the Knicks.
I'll say this: the Nets will beat the Knicks at least once this year.
I doubt it. We'll see.
All right. Well, the season starts on Tuesday. Kwab and I will be recapping the games then. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Let us know about your favorite over-under bets in the Eastern Conference. Also, the Tuesday night games that start at 11 o'clock Eastern, Kwab and I will be going live after them. Dime after dark. D-A-D. Daddy.
Wow. Would you relax? Relax.
Sorry,
relax, brother.
Now they're gonna be calling it Daddy. That's what we rename it.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty gross.
That's
no, but we'll be having Dime After Dark after every 11 o'clock Eastern Tuesday game. So basically, the NBA has pushed back some of their late games to 11 o'clock Eastern, which is insane. Yep. And Kwab and I are taking the opportunity to go live with you and chat and go over the slate of games and anything you want to talk about. So stay tuned for that. Our recaps as well, power rankings. We're going to have a dime bag segment where you can ask us questions. So look out for that.
Leave comments. If you leave comments, leave questions. You leave comments and we'll drop it in the segments.
There you go. Put dime bag segment question. Boom. Drop the question. All right. Stay tuned for our Western Conference preview. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.